There is one thing that has undeniably, unquestionably, without debate, been a grand slam for the organization. And that is their acquisition of Grayson Allen.
It is.
That is, I mean, it's just, and I think it gets lost sometimes because this team and this season hasn't been everything we wanted it to be. And we tend to focus, as you would expect sometimes, on the negative and why it's not everything we want it to be. And we got to give credit to one of our faves out there, Doug Howler of The Athletic. Very good writer, one of the best, who covers Arizona sports in totality for theathletic.com. He wrote a story about Grayson Allen, and it's just a reminder of think about where your thoughts were about, I'm not talking about you specifically, but just in general, where your thoughts were on Grayson Allen when they acquired him to where they are now. That's a hell of a transformation, isn't it?
No, when they made the trade, Lillard goes to Milwaukee, part of a 3-team deal with Drew Holiday. DeAndre Ayton, Tumani Kamara, and a Milwaukee unprotected first and pick swaps to the Blazers. Phoenix gets Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nas Little, and Keon Johnson. We weren't thinking much about Grayson Allen at the time. We really weren't. But you look at that trade now, and, man, you can seriously make the argument that Grayson Allen has been the better player than Nurkic. Now, you need a center, and I think Nurkic has been good, but Grayson Allen has been more valuable to them with what they need. So when you traded Ayton and Tumani Kamara and you got back Nurkic, you weren't thinking much about Grayson Allen. He had the reputation as a dirty player, tripping guys and things like that, but he's been pretty good on that Milwaukee team where so much focus and attention was put on Giannis, that he actually played really well and showing that I can knock down open threes if given the opportunity. He was very good there. He's having his best season right now.
Yeah, Kevin Durant, this was from the postgame show about a week and a half ago, talking about Grayson Allen's play.
He's just getting confidence every single day. I think, when coaches and your teammates empower you to be who you are, you can go out there and play freely, and that's what he's been doing, and he's been huge for us all season.
Yeah, no, he has been the best player in the deal. I mean, it's sorry, Yusuf Nurkic. Grayson Allen's been the best player in the deal because I as much as I like some of the things that Yusuf Nurkic brings to the table, there are some games where Nurk is not on the floor in the closing moments of the fourth
because
quarter.
He's a -10 and everybody else is a plus, and we got to get him off the court because he's slow and he's a good player. He's a good player. And he's been relatively healthy all year, which is a good thing.
But who would have thought
that Grayson Allen, nobody.
That Grayson Allen not only would evolve into the player that he's been for them, but achieve this status where here we are a week and a day away from the trade deadline, and nobody wants to move him.
No.
It's not even a discussion. It's like, no, we're not moving him. Not trading him. Not happening. He's here. In fact, if anything, the last time we talked about Grayson Allen, we talked about them possibly signing him to an extension.
Yeah, they'd like to because it was talk that they would trade him, and I squashed that, and I said they're not going to trade Grayson Allen. In fact, don't be surprised if he continues to play well, if they keep him and re-sign him, even though it's a tax, 4.25% of everything you're over by, that they would pay that tax and keep him. Look, I said this to you the other day, and I think we got to be honest, with ourselves, with the Suns team. I think there should be a level of trust with the organization, with Matt Ishbia and James Jones and Josh Bartlestein and what they're doing. There should be a level of trust. They fired Monty Williams. It proved to be the right decision, right? Proved to be the right decision. Look what Monty's doing in Detroit. That worked out really well for them. They made the Ayton trade and got Nurkic and Grayson Allen. That ended up being a really good trade. They got rid of Chris Paul and they got Bradley Beal in here. That was a good trade. You could look at the moves that were made by this organization and you could say, you know what? There should be a level of trust with what they've done because a lot of the big moves they've made, firing Monty, trading DeAndre, trading Chris Paul, those trades, you can absolutely say that those have worked out.
Do you think that lack of trust exists?
I don't know. I don't know. I think people are. I
don't get that sense. I mean, that's just me. But I don't get the sense that there's. I think people are unhappy that the team hasn't performed to the level that everybody thought they were going to perform to. But I mean, Matt Ishbia. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. He's not even a year into his ownership of the team, is he?
No, just about a year, right?
Yeah, but he took over at the trade deadline a year ago, which was last February.
The first move was the Kevin Durant trade, which a lot of people now look at and say, even for those of us who didn't like it, people look at the Kevin Durant trade. It's okay. That's a win for Phoenix.
I'm not getting the sense that there are a whole lot of people who are dissatisfied with the overall effort of what they're doing. I don't get that sense.
I think that maybe comes from not trusting that they'll be able to make the moves necessary at the trade deadline
there's only so much
or
they
the
can do
buyout
at the
market
deadline.
to get them over the hump
here.
here.
There's so much they can do. They're so limited there. I think, if anything, the dissatisfaction just stems from the lack of time the big three have spent together and kind of the nervousness that everybody has about whether they're that in the fourth quarters. But I'm not getting this vibe of people don't trust the Suns or think they're going to make the mistake or think they're going to make the wrong choice or things like that. I haven't gotten
Kevin
that
Durant
impression.
worked out, Monty worked out, trading Chris Paul for Beal worked out, and then obviously the Ayton for Nurkic trade has worked out. Like a lot of the big moves they made have worked out for them.
I'll tell you what, I'm so enamored with how Grayson Allen has played so far.
Yeah.
When we talk about wanting the Suns to take more three-pointers, I'm talking about Grayson Allen.
You want him to take more?
Yeah, he's taking the third most on the team, which seems like a lot. That is a lot. He's taking 5.5 3-point shots per game, which is a lot. But if you look at overall shots per game, he's 6th on the team. I think Grayson Allen should be shooting more than the 6th highest guy on the Phoenix Suns.
There's 5 guys that shoot more than him.
There are 5 guys who, on average...
Who's the 4th guy?
Nurkic.
Okay.
Nurkic, Gordon, I'm going in reverse order. Nurkic, Gordon, Beal, Durant, Booker in terms of field goal attempts per game. Grayson Allen, more.
I agree.
He should shoot more.
His shots are, he's a great three-point shooter. And he's consistent. Like, he was great last year as a three-point shooter. He's great this year as a three-point shooter.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.